Good afternoon, everyone. Jelaine VanHelsing here. I have a couple of things to talk with you guys about today. A little bit about the Van Helsing day planners and notebooks that I published, and how you can get a notebook for free. And I also want to talk with you guys a little bit about self-publishing. So I don't know if anyone has like a little book manuscript that you started years ago, or something that with dust on the shelf, or maybe you just have an idea in your mind and you'd really like to do that one day. And like, it's possible. It's so possible. Like, look at this. I did 120 books, and these are called no content books. So like, my actual writing as an author didn't come into play, but I got to be very creative. I designed every one of the covers, every tiny little, dot and square and everything in these books I have designed, like, right from scratch. So I just wanted to show you a few of the designs now. I'm just going to show you all the day planners. I had mentioned in my last video that I kind of altered them slightly for the line notebook and the blank notebook as well. So, and these you can also get in paperback through Amazon Publishing Company that I did using Kindle. But these ones are like definitely, they're fancier, and I mentioned that before. I love hardcover books, especially like this. To me, they're very special. When you have a notebook and such that you carry with you, you're drawing and writing, or it's a day planner. I'm going to show you all the day planners, and they're with you all the time, so you have quite a bond, right? So I created some beautiful books that there's not a lot out there. They're all so boring and like brown and pink and black and whatever. So I'm just going to show you a couple here. So this is Green Sunrise. I don't know if I'll remember all the names that I called them, but The Wanderer, still, there we go, that's a little better. The Golden Wheat. I don't know, it probably says on the front, and then the cool little guy on the swing on the back. Another option. I just tried to come up with a bunch of different designs that would appeal to many people. That one's pretty cool. I'm not even gonna bother telling you the names that I gave them. I probably don't remember them all anyway, so I don't know. That one though, Evening Flight, I'll tell you that one. I do love that one. That one was a hard one for me. I did finally pick out my favorite and the one that I was going to use this year, but it was hard. There was so many that I loved, of course, and yeah, finally narrowed it down. And I probably, I can have a notebook and everything of the different ones, right, that I love, so that's always awesome. Nice little flower. Kind of has little purple and that on the back too. I think I don't remember if I showed you this one or not, or if I started a new pile. The Night Owl. Yeah, I finally had all my books come in, so there was, the other day when I shared them with you, there was only a few, but still quite a few had come in. That same amount would have come in later, the little church. And a triple house, cool kind of design. That was a hard one for me too. And I don't know, this one is not a day planner because that one's gone already. And this one is also not in a day planner, but they would have the date on them as well. And on the day planner, this lightning strike is on the front of the book. So, and then this one, Lady Rain, I called this one, and this is going to be my choice this year. So I'm going to show you a couple things that make this book special. I mark them because, you know, it's my book. Well, they're all mine. So, but, oh, let's see. Oh, look at Van Helsing, Day Planners and Notebooks. That's pretty special. Yeah. And then there is like a monthly calendar, and in here, like, I have all of the national holidays, the North American holidays, but in the front of the book is a list of all the 2021 like North American and world holidays. So, and then great majority of the book is this. It's a weekly style planner. And so I guess you'd say that was a weekly format. I don't know. There's also a couple of these throughout the book, just like pretty little extra note places. And then I have the maps, which are very cool and not necessarily very common. Maybe when I was a little girl I would see that more often, to have a map in there. But so that's a map of North America and a world map. And then here I have a list of all your 2022 national and international holidays. So that's quite a nice little book. And oh, it's beautiful paper too, you guys, like just gorgeous. And then just the blank notebooks would look like this. Just this tiny little, cute little leaf in the corner that's kind of really light, just faded out, you know, not distracting from what you want to draw or detail out on there. And then a lined notebook, which gives you a lot of space to do that. To write all your innermost secrets and dreams. Anyway, so I am offering with all these books a special deal. It's like, just I wanted to do some promotional awesome thing for everybody too, and kind of like a celebration of me doing this. This is the first time, so next year I'm going to do the same, and I'll have this many more designs come out. The only one I didn't have here was a one I called Foggy Mountain, and it's just like how you could imagine, and that went right away actually. My two older children, oddly enough, they took a day planner and a lined notebook of that same one. So, but it is beautiful. It was definitely one of my favorites too. So anyway, the first 10 people, the first 10 people that purchase a day planner, it has to be a day planner, and you message me, preferably message over email. You can reach me through, you know, Facebook Messenger. All my details are in the description below. I can be found, you know. So you message me or email me or whatever is easiest for you, your proof of purchase, and most importantly, along with this part, is to go on and leave me a review as well. So 5 stars preferably, that would be awesome. And then you send that to me and I will send you a free blank or notebook of your choice. So a little extra bonus for you there, and that also really helps me out. So, you know, with all these algorithms and stuff, it's you know, it's important, and to kind of get on it right away as well. So from a business aspect, that's really great too. And also, I want to talk to you about self-publishing, because, you know, we all have something to share. We all have a gift. We're all special in some way. We all have our own story. So even if you wanted to share your story, not necessarily like, oh, I know so much about this or that would help, And that's probably the case, though you could do that. But, you know, our stories are pretty great too. And you can hire ghostwriters and editors, and you can hire people to create your cover. There's all these kind of things. I am helping people publish books, so whether I teach you how to do it yourself or I do it for you, it's a base price of $250. So if I teach you how to do it, you pay me that $250, and I show you all these things. I give you all the guidance to where you need to go if you want to do any hiring of an editor or, you know, cover creator, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'll give you all that kind of advice and teach you how to do it. With me doing it, you pay me the $250 to do it, and then I take a royalty of 10%. But that's 10% of your net sales. So it's not the total amount. So we'll say if you sold the book for $30, and with the royalties of these printing companies, so they charge a royalty, it's about 30-40%, and then the cost of your book. So we'll just say you charge $30 for your book, and it costs $20 for those royalties and printing costs, and you have $10 left that you've made. Then I would take the 10% off that. So if you made $10, I would make $1. So that's how that works. And and I will kind of like, that would involve me like our email correspondence and uploading files, and of course all the publishing, entering some copyright info. I would give you guidance, like I have done editing, and I could, like, you know, pick out a few things if that was kind of how you chose to go. But like a lot of these extra things, like just to be aware, they will cost you money. So for myself, I did it all myself, and I loved it though. So it wasn't like, and I love being creative, you know, and I love like the business and learning new things, and yeah, and just the fact that we can actually get out there and publish a book. Like, I know people that have a book and yet they're waiting on a publisher, or they're not getting back to them, or worse yet, they've told them that their book's not good enough. Well, when you're self-publishing, that's not anybody's choice but your own. So, and lots of times you have friends and things like that that can do some editing for you. I know I did look into a book that was about 600 pages. The editor wanted $1,000. I'm like, I'm good enough editor. I'm not going to pay $1,000. But you can also get a cover made for like $10, or, you know, maybe $100. So that varies too with the different effects that people have and stuff like that. So just something to be aware of. But you know, with that initial fee, I would seriously, I'd look it over. If you didn't want to hire anybody else, I'd look that all over, and I would tell you kind of what margins and formatting and all that stuff you needed. If there was something simple like the spacing between your sentences and stuff, I would guide you to do that on your own, and then you could just send me the file back, and you know, but there is a little bit of messing around. And just to be aware too, if you're creating a cover, like that has to be a specific size, and that to whether it's like an ebook or hardcover, or whether it's with this publishing company or that one, or so there's a lot of different things to be aware of. But it's like so easy. And you know, a normal publishing company, not by publishing it yourself, they would give you, sure, a larger payment at first or something, and then whatever that was decided. But then after that, you'd be lucky if you got 10% of your book sales, like probably more like 6 to 8%. So, and that's like, I don't know, I guess it depends how long you sign the contract for, or how much they pay you up front. But there's so many options out here, and I can help you. You know, how do you get your book out after, or better ways, you know, to become visible or get people buying it and reading it and all that stuff. And you know, another incredible thing to think about with doing a book, you guys, is it is passive income, evergreen. So sure, it takes a lot of work getting there and a lot of hours too in writing like a book manuscript. This took me a lot of hours, but like my other books have definitely taken more hours, but it's so engaging in a different way to write like all the words that are coming out of my mind. So, but it is such a good opportunity, you know, like this book here, in 100 years somebody might want to buy this book. And that's like something that could benefit my children and my grandchildren down the road, because in 100 years I'm not going to be here. Maybe. I doubt it. I don't know how many people live to be 140 anymore, but, or ever. I don't know what the oldest person in existence is. I guess something to check out. Hey guys. Anyway, so I'll put all the information down below in the description, and yeah, check it out. Message me. You can, if you're on your cell phone, you can scroll all the way down past the next videos they list, and it'll have a comment box. You can also leave something there for me. So, but yes, if you're interested, please message me. I'd love to have you have your dream of sharing this and publishing something. You know, maybe you've thought about that your whole life. But I'd love for you to have that come true. And I'd love to help you with it. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week.